What's up everyone, I'm OVG for TastingSkills.com, and today we're looking at Omnipollo. Now, this brewery was established in 2010 in Stockholm, Sweden. One guy's a brewer and the other guy is a graphics designer. Now, they are really pushing what is possible when it comes to making crazy beers, and you'll see the minute that I show you what they're doing here and you'll be like, what are you talking about? But before we get into that, please remember that if you go to TastingSkills.com and put your name and email into the magical yellow box, I will send you my free 17-page guide on the fundamentals of tasting so that you can learn how to taste like a pro. All right, that out of the way. So they make a series of beers that are called Biancas, and these are Lassi Goose. So I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong on top of it, but Lassi Goose are basically 50% malted wheat beers, and they're sours. And they make multiple flavors of these. And right away, when we look at the packaging, it's just impeccable. These beers are so pretty when it comes to packaging, so simple, very minimalist, and I'm sure that you already know that because every time I say minimalist, like, that's a big thing for me because I find that there's a lot of overcrowded product. But anyway, all that said, let's get into these crazy beers. Starting with the Bianca Raspberry Maple Pancake Lassi Goose. This is a sour ale with raspberry, vanilla, and maple syrup. That's 7 ABV, and it also has lactose, sugar, and rock salt. Then we have the Bianca Blueberry Maple Pancake Lassi Goose. This is also a 7 ABV and is brewed with lactose and rock salt. And then finally, we have the Bianca Blueberry Maple Chocolate Pancake Peanut Butter Lassi Goose. And you guessed it, it's 7% ABV, and this one is brewed also with rock salt, lactose, sugar, peanut butter, and blueberries. This does contain nuts, so if you have allergy, I'm sorry to tell you, this is just not for you. All right, so first off, like I said previously, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I really love these beers. The colors are really nice, and I'm just impressed. The thing that's really crazy about this is a $15 per can beer. And you're probably thinking $15, and I'm like, yeah. So the amount of pure ingredients that they put in here is just off the charts. And right away, when we take a look at the first beer, you can see the color on this is so rich. The nose just explodes out of the can the moment that you open them. And in the glass, they give you so many layers on the palate. The tardiness of the raspberry is just insane. There's so much acidity in these, and the maple syrup is just intermingled with this finish that goes on past a minute. I mean, this is just insanity. I have never tasted anything so rich in my life. I mean, it's like eating a whole box of raspberry that's overripe in one side, and then you get the maple syrup, and it's just all intermingled in this beautiful balance of acidity and tardiness and the length, and the glass just explodes with aromas. It's just out of control. I'm so baffled by these beers. They're just insane. All right, let's move on to the Blueberry Maple Pancake Lassi Goose. The color is a very deep garnet. The nose is very complex with layers of blueberries and maple syrup, but there's so much going on in this glass. It's really amazing. On the palate, the blueberry is rich, but not in a sweet way. The maple syrup is also not sweet, but it's just layers upon layers upon layers. And again, like I said, I mean, they must have put a ton of blueberries in there. It's just crazy. All right, let's move on to the Blueberry Maple Chocolate Pancake Peanut Butter Lassi Goose. The color is the same as the previous blueberry beer, and this has the most complex nose, as the blueberries and the maple syrup are there, but the peanut butter just comes out of the glass. And the mouthfeel is also really complex. Again, there's so much going on in here, it's just really hard to explain. I mean, this is just at another crazy level, and I'm thinking, $15 for a beer, this better be insane. And it's worth $15, which is the insane part to me. This is just, again, I'm gonna use this term, but it's mind-blowing. Like, this is just out of control. The length on them are crazy, the color on them are crazy, the richness of them are crazy. They're super, super rich, but they're not in a sweet, super, super rich. You would think, you know, there's just a ton of maple syrup, but It's more like in layers of flavors, and it's just not in a sweet way. These are just crazy. All right, let's do a quick recap of all of them. Starting, of course, with raspberry maple pancake Lassi Goose. This has so much raspberry in here, it's just insane. Of course it's a buy. They're all buys. I mean, are you kidding me? Then when we move to the blueberry maple pancake, it's also a buy. Again, these bees are just insane. And then finally, the peanut butter one. Oh my God, this is just on another level. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff in my life in brewing, but this is just on another level. And if you do get the chance to find these, you should try all of them. I know, 3 beers for $45 is expensive, but I can tell you that just the raw ingredients that they put in these beers is well worth the money. They are not cutting corners. These beers are just out of control. The acidity, the layers. I mean, the moment that you open that can, it just explodes and fills the room with these crazy aromas. And if there's one thing you need to remember when you're judging any product, it's all about the aromas. So, I mean, I absolutely recommend these. I absolutely tell you, you should go and seek them out. I mean, they are expensive, but they're worth every penny. All right, that's gonna do it for me. I'm OBG for tastingskills.com. And like I said at the start of the show, please head over to tastingskills.com so you could get your fundamentals on tasting. Now, don't forget, comment, smash that like button. And if you have any questions or wanna know about anything, you can leave them in the comments. Otherwise, you can hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram, since those are my 2 platforms. Other than that, remember, my friend, stay sober. Peace.